Yo, what's good? What's happening? We back. Brand new episode of Threes from the Ring Pod. This your boy Chris J. Glad to be here. Got the boy Trail Sav.
Here.
Tyler here.
Yo.
Alright. And if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube Media YouTube channel. If you haven't yet, follow the Threes from the Ring Twitter page as well, and the Facebook page, YouTube Media, for all our content and updates on when we upload things. But we're gonna get straight into this show because it's been a minute since we recorded. Last time we recorded was a couple weeks ago. Life and been busy with things, been the main occurrence, but either way, we're back to give you guys that good old content. So with that said, we're gonna go straight into NBA talk. Last time we recorded, we were well into the Olympics, and I believe I think USA just beat Serbia, I believe, in the semifinals. A week before then, but at this very moment, the Olympics is over. Probably a week past the Olympics been over, and Team USA was successful in winning the gold in, you can say, dramatic fashion in a way, as they beat France in the close of a game. It was close until the Avengers, the main Avengers, as in LeBron, Steph, and KD, just told them niggas no.
Turn the superpowers on, man. That's all you gotta do.
Which it did. And Steph committed an act of war and told them, yeah, we're dropping these bombs on you niggas in your home country, and wrap that shit up. But at the same time, probably started Wemby's villain origin arc. Either way, Team USA was successful. They did what they were supposed to do. Great swan song for I feel like the era that is LeBron, KD, and Steph's era in the NBA, but their effect on like basketball as a whole this past decade. So decade plus actually. But overall, good game. Exciting game, exciting finish. I was just happy to see just how everything came together, especially at the end with just LeBron and Steph saying, yeah, we're going to wrap this up right now. And KD having his moment. Even Anthony Davis showing like why he should be having a few Defensive Player of the Years and got screwed out of them, but that's a whole different story. But overall, it was good to see. Daytrail, you've been pro USA basketball forever, and just your thoughts on their gold.
Shout out to the documentary that's gonna come out because of it. Shout out to that. We all know that was the real purpose of this. But I do agree. I think this is a perfect swan song for that generation, which is probably our generation of basketball.
Yeah.
Since Bron landed till now, it's going to be extremely sad to now see those guys start to, go off into the sunset. Honestly, I don't know how I'm going to deal with it. But I just think, the main problem I had is people wanting the U.S. men's basketball team to lose. And I was just like, for what? We gained nothing from having the same tired conversation of the world catching up. But you can see what Victor Wembanyama, what he did. Okay, cool. You still got to, because the French niggas that actually kept them in the game, other than Justabul or whatever his name is, will not be there next year either. What's his face said this is his last Olympics. Batum, and I think Fournier said it was his last one too. Again, there's no catching up. The only team that probably will catch up if Africa allied or somehow, and the African countries allied somehow and created a basketball team, then that kind of gets scary. It's because a lot of people are probably saying, Giannis about to say F Greece and so on and so forth. But other than that, I enjoyed it. That felt like playoff basketball from that fourth quarter, 4 minutes on. That that was insane. Uh, I got goosebumps. I turned my phone off because I was like, if they lose, I will not be able to take that, bro. But Steph Curry went nuclear, and since then, I have had this troubling of who I got between him and Magic, bro. And it's so biased and recency biased. But then when you watch that man Steph play, it's crazy, bro. Man's like 34, or however old he is. He just cooked the whole team by himself. He did a Hail Mary over two niggas barely looking at the court.
That he didn't have to do. I think
That
LeBron
he didn't
and
have
KD
to
were open.
do. Brian and KD was both open, and he waved them off. He waved the second greatest player of all time off.
Greatest scorer.
Arguably the number one. And cashed that joint. Cashed it. And had no doubt that the ball was, it was no doubt. I don't know, man. It really is a conversation between those two. Magic always kind of edges it, pause, because he's bigger, pause. But like other than that, it's like you throw them to who I want on my team at the end of a game, which I hate that conversation, but that's and it seemed like with age, them shots getting more lethal, bro. It's nasty, bro. Like it's really just Golden State being absolute garbage. Thank God for that. All that satanic worshiping is catching up with them. But like, I'm just so happy. I was excited. Shout out to KD for being KD. Before I get to my glorious king, LeBron James, I want to talk about two other players that really was underrated for that team's success: Devin Booker and Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis has that paint completely locked down. I don't want to hear anything about Victor Wembanyama. That nigga is going to be probably number 8 on that top 10 list when his career is all said and done. Don't hear nothing about that nigga. But Anthony Davis was bored, man. He was the defensive anchor. Him and LeBron freaking, with how garbage them two niggas teams been, for some apparent reason, their bond and the way they play with each other is still strong as ever. You didn't think them niggas would have got tired of losing with each other. But that two-man game that him and Brian got is still probably the best two-man game in the league, bro. And when I say two-man game, I mean more playing off each other. Maybe if you don't count the playing off each other is Jaylen Brown and Tatum. But two just playing off pick and roll. You know, all that type of stuff. LeBron and AD is just... We can't put Jamal Murray in that conversation no more because that nigga fraud. That nigga cat. His check been cashed, bro. I don't want to talk. No more Jamal Murray. No more. Jamal Murray is the most underrated guard. Nah, no more of that.
If Jokic had his way, he would send that man somewhere else for something better. He knows.
He might be going to Dallas with a couple picks, but shout out to Devin Booker because he guarded the best offensive player on each team. And it was a tweet that went out, I'm pretty sure we all saw. Kuzma said, we're going to need stars playing like role players when the Olympics come. And Devin Booker said, I am. Or I'll do it, or whatever he said. And he did it, bro. And that's just maturity.
Maturity and just
everybody played their role, and that's always a key when you playing with other good players. Like you play your role, you play to your strengths, but also to everybody else's strengths, and just for the betterment of the team.
Yeah, like I will give Devin Booker respect in regards to stepping up as a defender, because as on this pod and even on the page, I was very critical, still very critical, because he still got to do it. where you get paid for. But Devin Booker stepped up as a two-way player. But he played his role well because especially like of course we expect Drew Holiday to guard the best perimeter player, but Devin Booker being the secondary best defender on the team for the perimeter was very much needed. It was very much needed. He did what he's supposed to do because you telling me that I'm forced to play Derek White because he actually going to guard. It shouldn't be the case. It should have been just won the championship.
Yeah, not getting Jaylen Brown was stupid. Somebody got to investigate that.
Yeah, that's a different story. But I'm talking about the other light skinned nigga who just won the championship. It should have been him who should have been playing that. Hey, I can do everything role, but ended up being Devin Booker, and he succeeded in the role. And I'm gonna give him his flowers for that because it was very key. So when people were sitting saying why Tatum ain't playing, clearly that nigga for one, he just had a child. That nigga just won a championship, and plus he probably was like, nah, I gotta get the ball. And
I think Jason Tatum has yet to find his identity as a star. And what I mean by that is he don't know. I don't think he know how to play with people who's better than him or is just as good as him. Like as Jaylen Brown coming to his own, you can make that argument of who's better or who's just as good. I don't know if he know how to do that role of saying like how Bron's skill set is different, but Bron know how to play off of Anthony Davis when Anthony Davis is hot for 3 quarters in the fourth quarter he disappears. Bron knows how to play off of that. And I'm talking about strictly in the games that matter because regular season that duo was insane. But I like kind of how like Steph and KD played off of each other who was ever hot, which almost feel like a fever dream when you look back at them freaking seasons, bro. It was really nasty. Them niggas coasted for 3 years, bro. But I say all that again to say shout out to Devin Booker. He deserves every praise that he's been getting, and I'm actually looking forward to see what he brings this year with the regular season going, and him having to lift up that bum Phoenix team, which I think they look better than the Lakers though, for what they was able to grab and stuff like that. Also, what if I was to tell you that Grayson Allen got the second greatest 3-point rating on 2K right now?
I saw that and I was like, huh? I legit was like, huh?
That nigga a knockdown.
That dude legit is a knockdown shooter on 2K, but you know it don't matter if his release ain't easy to figure out on day one. It's like, oh, who cares? So you know how.
I was so confused. I'm like, I know Klay had a bad year, but anything under 90 is kind of crazy for Klay Thompson. I was just so confused, bro.
That was a wild, like, okay, who Grayson Allen know in 2K? Like, who from Duke worked in that studio and he was cool with? He was in the development, like the game development major. He was just cool and said, "And
say, man, bump me up."
He said, "Hey, bro, bump me up, G. Bump me up."
You're like, well, your rating looking like an 86. Nah, I'm gonna need like a 93. I'm gonna need like a 93. But
I get you a 90, bro. But go ahead.
All praises go to my glorious king, my sunshine. I don't know. It's not that many words we can explain LeBron James with, bro. Now, look, bro. I'm saying this on record. If that nigga LeBron James averages 26 points next year, he's the best player to ever step foot on this earth. I think he's my favorite player of all time, and I think he's the greatest. But I think there should be no argument. You got to kind of throw ring culture out the window for that one. Because this nigga hasn't lost a step. How is that possible? I was looking at his it was like some TikTok. And you remember when Urkel put that tweet this LeBron James is 30, this effery can't last any longer?
Oh yeah, that goofy nigga.
LeBron James from that tweet has had an NBA Hall of Fame career. I'm talking about exactly from that tweet. Has literally from when that tweet was posted, from that day to that. I think he had like 9 All NBA. No, not 9. It's like 5 or something All NBA, 2 championships, All-Star games and stuff like that. You look at that, you be like, anybody else who ever lived in the basketball realm, that would be a Hall of Famer with that pedigree right there, bro. It's nasty. It's better than Kawhi's career. That little stretch is better than Kawhi Leonard's career. It's insane, bro. Like, so I don't look, bro. I don't know what that steroid allegation might ramp its head when it's out the league. It might people might come out and say he did it when, they won this cycle for Texas and stuff like that. And I don't know. Or when we get to heaven and God asks and say, not answer anybody's questions, I'm gonna say, why did you make that man that different? What was it his body? What did you do? Paul. So that's it. Shout out to another great Olympics in the bag. On wax again, 2028. Bring France. Bring Italy. I don't even know if they got a basketball team.
I'm like,
bring
Italy.
Spain. Bring Brazil.
Let Ice Cube and put them niggas in big 3 in the 3-on-3 joint, bro. Because I forgot that they do Olympic 3-on-3s, and I'm like,
they got rules in place that no NBA players can go to the 3-on-3.
Yeah, they don't want no NBA players, so that's why
So they want to fucking lose then. That's what they try.
Yeah, nigga, we had our star player was Jimmy Fredette, my nigga.
The thing is, they was actually smoking teams until Jimmy Fredette got hurt. They was smoking.
That's terrible.
So, but that says a lot in itself. That Jimmy Fredette, who was a role player, led the 3-on-3 team, and they were fine until he got hurt.
Mind you, Jimmy Fredette is lower than a role player. That nigga couldn't make it in this league.
Okay, but either way, he went to China and became goddamn Steph Curry. So, but either way,
not even just like we can find better players, bro.
You keep saying that, but at the same time, like I was listening to ESPN. They said, I think it was Windhorse. He said, FIBA really they'll let the Olympics slide. Like FIBA really don't want NBA players because they know the skill gap is that insane. Like,
so they're mad because we're just better. Like, what the hell?
Pretty much. But
it's 3v3 ball. Like, I don't care.
That's
like the thing that we dominate in, I would particularly like to stay dominant in it. It's gonna be the same thing when flag football comes, and I'm pretty sure that's only gonna last 1 year. But
like breakdance.
Yeah, but I on wax.
We could have had breakdancing in LA if it wasn't for that white girl, bro. She got up there bullshit. And it's crazy because everybody else that was going up against her was way better.
I don't think breakdancing is a sport anyway. It's cold. It's decent. The sport is crazy. Lastly, I just want to say this. On wax 2028, we got the gold around our in LA. 2028, we got the gold around our neck again, bro. I don't think if France couldn't do it in their hometown, they can't do it this year, bro. They almost lost to Japan. Name me 3 Japanese players.
They almost lost to an anime character.
That nigga was little as hell, bro.
It's an anime, G. He's an anime character. They almost lost to an anime character.
All right, Chris, you teetered on the side of racism having to say that a couple times.
I'm not saying, like, if they take it as racist, it is what it is. But I'm just saying, there's a whole anime with a dude who is undersized, probably the same height, who shoots threes. That's who they almost lost to.
Okay.
Simple as that.
I feel you.
So, like, anyway. But they should win in 2028. Like I know you with France, but they still got like top first round picks that got drafted this year that can only get better, by the way. But it's just my main concern is honestly France, Canada. They look, unless Shea becomes legit bronze tier in 4 years, I don't really see Canada being much else. like this was honestly their year. But with looking at 2028, who should be that team built around? Because it's a possibility KD could be the old dog on that team. It's a very much because it's Kevin Durant. He could be that. And let me be the only man to ever win 4 or 5 gold medals in basketball. He could legit be that person. But it's what that team gonna be built around. Ant, Ja, maybe Zion is really Zion being the hugest question mark. No pun intended.
I think it's gonna rely on Ant. I think Ja Morant is going to be a key factor, but I don't think it's going to rely on him. I think it's going to be Ant, Devin Booker, and Pablo Banchero.
Yeah.
Tatum plays.
What'd you say?
Tatum.
I just think it's the size of Banchero they're going to rely on him more.
Okay.
The nigga's baby Bron that no one talks about, bro. And this year, I think he's going to take an even bigger leap than he had last year.
I think so, too. I like the way he paced himself this year and, getting Orlando out of the funk. So I definitely see more big things coming for his future, too, as far as his own development, at least. I don't know about Orlando.
I agree with that. Like, Orlando kind of have a decent squad.
They kind of fake decent, but, it depends on what else they do beyond that.
They're just young. That's all it is.
But they've been young for a while now.
But now they actually getting together. They still need a point guard. Cause I don't know who their true point guard is to this day still. So that's not really the only main question. But
Brunson probably be on that team.
Brunson on the Knicks.
No, I'm
talking about Olympic.
Oh, Brunson possibly. But wait, like even then, I still got like perfect world. You have Ja. I know Halliburton didn't play, but Halliburton is still in the air, and then you could throw Brunson in there. But yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, but it is what it is. But we'll see when the time comes, because 4 years in NBA years can change a lot.
Yeah.
So we can see. All we know. Oh, and don't forget Cooper Flag.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. We can't.
Young Cooper Flag gonna be holding it down for the Why America. Why America gonna love some Cooper Flag. He gonna be. Look, if y'all thought Caitlin Clark, Glazing was crazy, let Cooper Flag do what he needs to do in Duke, and they in the Final Four or to win the Natty. Bro, White America gonna act a fool.
That's another thing for women basketball. Caitlin Clark, Angela Reese, they're gonna smoke the world, bro. Again, bro. It's gonna be nasty.
Set forever. And plus, this is another thing about 2028 for the women. They get Juju Watkins. Juju Watkins. I think she is literally female KD.
They finna cook.
So the women are gonna be fine regardless. Like they still probably gonna have Asia Wilson for like around that time frame. She's gonna be like the elder statesman, Barnes, Bam Adebayo doing sinister things. But you still gonna have Asia. You still probably gonna have who's that other?
Yo, is Asia older than Bam?
That's actually Google. Yes.
So I'm about to throw Bam on the all-time list. He might be top 15, bro.
Wilson age. She's 28. So Bam got to be around the same age. 27. So it's a year difference, but
okay, all right, never mind.
He was about to say, hey, he was about to make Bam the second best center in the league.
God.
He said, hey, look, FMB, AD, number 2. It's cool, but no, shout out to Bam, though. He did pull Asia, so I give him that for the time being.
Y'all think we see AD on that 2028 team still?
Nah.
Think it's over?
Whatever team he gonna be on at that time, they gonna tell him to sit his ass down.
Yeah, it depends how his body is, but like Bam is more likely unless, like Daytra mentioned, there's the allied African basketball team occurs. But like my main question would be the front court, which is going to be held down by Chet. Chet, you might get if you could luck up and get
Chet
Bam
from the States.
Yes, Chet's from here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Chet. You never met a British or French nigga named Chet.
I thought he was from overseas or something.
No, Chet from here.
Yeah,
Chet is legit here, born and raised. But let's see where things go. Damn, God crazy, G. That's all I'm gonna say right now. I'll tell you guys after the pod. But moving on, let's talk about the NBA schedule, which has been leaked. Well, I won't even say leaked at this point. NBA has been announcing stuff going on in terms of the scheduling for the past since post Olympics, which is the funniest rollout ever. I'm gonna give the NBA all the praise for this because you took advantage of the gold and said, "All right, schedule coming out right now, niggas." So, opening night, we're looking at. Hold on, let's open it. The opening night is October 22nd. Of course, that's where we see the Boston Celtics get their rings as they face the New York Knicks. That will be on TNT, which is TNT swan song in itself. But Boston versus the Knicks, and then the West Coast game is the Lakers versus the Timberwolves. By the way, the Lakers have over 30-something primetime games.
Okay, at first, I used to say niggas be hating on the Lakers. It's getting tiring, bro. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, they do that a lot with teams that literally might be. They'll have a star on there and they'll stink, and then they'll keep putting them on primetime TV.
It makes no sense, but I get it. LeBron is still very much the most popular dude in the league, but 30, like, to lead is crazy, especially the way how deep the West is. You could scatter it a little bit more, but it is. Then the next night we're looking at the Bucks versus Sixers. I guess. Seriously, I guess. With the Suns versus who the hell was that? That was Clippers. At which the Clippers open up their new stadium featuring Kawhi and James Harden. Then Thursday we get the fact that Wemby and them should. I'm be honest. This is where the NBA fell. You could have just pulled the Lakers versus the Spurs.
I would have did like Spurs versus Phoenix.
That too. Like it could have been like at least within your opening 2 nights. I would have went with you. Got to have Wemby there in some capacity. Just to be honest, but Wemby versus Luka, okay, cool. Then you got OKC versus the Nuggets. I really don't care for. And then from there, this is what we get.
You probably should have did OKC versus Dallas for they opening.
Yeah, like I agree with that too. But Christmas, we get Wemby versus the Knicks. I'm not mad at it. It makes sense. You got to get Wemby on the main stage. No better way than Madison Square Garden on a Christmas night. And the Knicks scene that's still going to probably be one of the best teams in the league. The Sixers versus Celtics. Yeah, I'm cool with it. Then we have, once again, LeBron versus Steph again for Christmas. The Battle of Mid. So we'll have fun with that. Then we got the Timberwolves versus Nuggets. That should be a fun game. And I think that's really it.
I got a question for y'all after you finish this, by the way.
But yeah, that'd be really it. But the way this is looking, I'm definitely going to be watching more football than basketball on Christmas. Especially if I'm about to see Patrick Mahomes versus Justin Fields by that time frame. So,
versus Justin Fields.
look, Justin Fields is about to start. Like, if you don't pay attention to the dumb Twitter posts, like niggas who's actually Steelers fans, they actually believe that.
Nigga, when you going to Atlanta?
No, Justin Fields is playing. It's on the Steelers.
Oh, my bad, nigga. When you going to Pittsburgh?
He got signed ages ago. I think I put it in.
I'm saying, nigga, when you're going to Pittsburgh?
I'm not going there. I'm just gonna watch the game.
Oh, that's horrible.
Bro, I wouldn't. There's no reason for me to step foot in Pittsburgh ever in life. Like, no reason. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, so the NBA schedule. But Tyler, what was your question?
Well, I was gonna say, assuming that this isn't LeBron's last season, what if? Because I was gonna say, if this is his last season, then okay, I could kind of see why they would do the Steph Bron matchup one more time. But assuming that this isn't, what would y'all think should be his last Christmas game? Who should his last Christmas opponent be?
It depends if they don't trade him. But his last Christmas game, I wouldn't mind if it's a Curry game. So Curry, Celtics, or KD. Because them the only three teams with a lasting legacy to get them. But you also got to remember that a lot of the times they form the Christmas game not only in popularity, but they also form like where these teams went in like playoffs and stuff like that, and quote unquote rivalries. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Lakers Nuggets Christmas game. So it just all depends. But I would prefer
the torch type game too. Like
I would prefer
guy.
Warriors. I prefer Warriors. I think Bron and Curry always know when to give the fans what they want. So now it all depends on what's his first like farewell game, like the last time he played in that stadium.
Yeah, because there's a couple games like what's his first opening night game. His last opening night game.
A Christmas game against Chicago, especially if we get like Cooper Flag or something like that. So.
Man, gonna put
him drop
60 on that white man.
No, that man gonna purposely gonna just say, you know what? What's Jordan's career high? Yeah,
he gonna open the game with a "la fuck you" 3 from the half court.
Yes, HGH Pack gonna hit crazy that game, G. So HGH Pack gonna hit crazy.
That's gonna be funny.
But no, that's one of those things. I think my main thing with that, it would be just depends on where the league is. It would be more of a, do you want to give the nostalgia for Christmas and give us LeBron versus Steph for the 400 millionth time? I wouldn't be mad at it in that situation. Or do you do a passing of the torch thing? Do you have like a true, hey, you go against Wemby here, this arguably the next face of the league type situation, or something where it's just like, okay, we're going to remember this day, or shoot, have them go against Cleveland, just be a dickhead. So, depending to where it goes. So, that's really in terms of basketball.
They gotta set his last game up in Cleveland kind of nice too.
That's gonna be hilarious.
Last game in Miami, last game in Cleveland.
He ain't gonna play that Miami game. I don't think last time LeBron played it, Miami. He always ducks him. I don't know why.
They probably gonna shoot that nigga. Pat Riley gonna probably have to shoot that nigga, bro.
He gonna be like captain on Bad Boys 4. No, 3.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
You gonna have the people coming. You take my man's out, G would be insane. Pat Riley, like, I could have had 2 more, at least 3 more possibly, but you had to leave and go home. That's crazy. But wait, that's really in terms of basketball. My last thing I need to say, and this goes for Bulls fans right now, while we was on topic of the future, but the Bulls signed everybody's favorite fat motherfucker, Kenny Lofton Jr. Sorry for cussing, but it's too many. I've been arguing. I wouldn't say even arguing because I don't argue with people, but it's too many people trying to validate saying that he's going to come here and make things good for himself in his career. if he went to Utah and couldn't develop as a player, or he couldn't even be a meaningful rotation player for the Grizzlies, why do you think this light-skinned, fat gonna come here and be great? People saying somebody told me this morning he's a bucket. The only thing he's a bucket of is gonna go to KFC and Harold's and get some mild sauce with it, G. So stop lying. I need Bulls fans to stop lying. And I literally say it's gonna be Chicago people that's gonna glaze this dude, and they glazing a dude who's a glorified G leaguer. He's gonna be a Windy City Bull for life.
Bro, how did we get stuck in this situation with the Bulls again? This is arguably worse than when we had Cameron Payne, Denzel Valentine, and other various niggas that nobody gave a fuck about.
Yes, but I will give them this. They're trying to legit rebuild. They're legit. I could tell they're trying to shoot this and cut the legs off. They're genuinely trying to do that. I will give them. So with that said, you get somebody who the fans will root for while they mid, which is a former baseball player's son who was too. Let me shut up. He was too not good enough to play baseball, which is a shock, and said, "I'm gonna play basketball." And he's not good.
I forgot his dad was a baseball player.
Yes. Shout out to Kenny Lofton, legend right there. One of the few black legends in baseball, and his son chose not to go the route. Anyway, with that all said and done, he could have been in the minor leagues and probably a major league player, but he chose to be a minor league glorified NBA player where only Chicago niggas love because he did good in the summer league. Stop this, please. That's all I need you guys to do is stop these things. But anyway, so with that, from now on, we're gonna if you guys are listening, take a moment. We're going to proceed into wrestling. If you're watching us, of course, make sure you stay tuned for wrestling as well. Watch the wrestling clip of the show. Watch the wrestling clip of the show. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Tweaking Media. Follow us on Twitter, Threes from the Ring. Follow the Facebook page, Tweaking Media. Like that page. Follow it, whichever one it is, depending on how your Facebook is. Either way, we appreciate you guys. Peace.